They were the richest, smartest final year students on campus. Nothing they ever touched failed, until the night their project asked them one question: who will stay? In every university, there are levels. There are students. And then there are final year elites. At Westbridge University, they were called the Penthouse Circle. Not officially, but everyone knew them. They lived differently. Private hostels, imported cars, designer clothes, weekend parties that felt like clubs. Money wasn't a problem. And at the top of that circle were 5 students. Jason Cole, the unofficial leader. Calm, calculating, rich beyond explanation. Tom Green, tech genius, final year computer science, always building something secret. Zora King, influencer, beauty with brains. Dan Blake, loud, fearless, always chasing thrills. Maya Stone, quiet, too quiet. Studied psychology. Observed everything. They had one rule. Nothing they touched ever failed. Until their final year project. It started as a joke. One night, during a rooftop party at Jason's penthouse, Dan said, "Everyone is doing boring projects, fabs, research. Why don't we do something insane?" Tom laughed. Like what? Hack the school server. Maya, who had been silent all night, finally spoke. What if we prove consciousness doesn't end when the body dies? The music felt like it dropped for a second. Zora rolled her eyes. Don't start that. But Jason leaned forward. Explain. Maya's eyes were steady. What if we build something that can detect presence, not heat, not motion, something else? Tom smirked. You mean ghost? Maya didn't smile. Call it whatever you want. But if we succeed, this won't just be a project. It will make headlines. Jason nodded. We do it. For weeks, they worked in secret. Tom built the device. Maya handled the theory. Jason funded everything. Zora documented. Dan kept it exciting. They called it the Threshold Device. A machine designed to detect unseen presence. At first, nothing happened. Then one night, it worked. They tested it in an abandoned hostel building behind campus. Room B12 was the worst. Students said anyone who slept there had nightmares. They entered at exactly 1:13 a.m. Tom set up the device. It beeped once. Then silence. Dan laughed. Waste of time. Then the screen flickered. Words appeared. You came back. Zora screamed. Tom quickly unplugged the device. Everyone froze. Jason forced a laugh. It's just a glitch. But Maya was staring at the door. The next day, they tried to forget it. But Dan had an idea. Let's go back. Let's ask questions. Zora didn't like it. Maya said nothing. And that silence should have been the warning. That night, they returned. The device turned on. This time, it didn't wait. Why did you leave me? No one spoke. Tom's hands were shaking. Jason stepped forward. Who are you? The screen paused. Then slowly. You know me. Dan whispered. This is not funny anymore. Then suddenly, the door slammed shut. The lights flickered. Zora screamed. Maya spoke softly. It's attached to one of us. They ran. But things changed after that. Zora's video started glitching, faces appearing behind her. Dan began hearing footsteps, even when alone. Tom's laptop started typing by itself. Jason stopped sleeping. But Maya started smiling. 3 days later, they gathered again. Jason was angry. What did you do, Maya? She looked at them. I didn't tell you everything. Room B12 wasn't random. A student died there. Final year. Like us. Silence. Her name was Anna Reed. Zora's voice shook. What does that have to do with us? Maya answered. I knew her. She failed her project and ended her life in that room. Tom whispered. So this is revenge? Maya shook her head slowly. No. I wanted to prove she was still there. Jason stepped back. You used us. Maya's eyes darkened. No. I brought you to her. After that night, everything broke. Zora disappeared first. Her last video. There's someone behind me. I can feel her breathing. The video ended. Dan lost his mind next. Running through campus, screaming. She's following me. He was found the next morning. Unconscious. Muttering. We didn't submit. Only 3 remained. Jason. Tom. Maya. They returned to room B12 because they realized something. It was about the project. Inside the room, the device turned on by itself. Submit. Jason whispered. What does that mean? Maya answered. She never submitted her project. Tom's voice cracked. So what she wants us to? The screen changed. One must stay. Silence. Then the door locked again. The room grew cold. Jason stepped back. No. We are leaving. The device beeped loudly. One must replace me. Maya smiled. Now you understand. Jason turned. You planned this? Maya nodded. She's been waiting. She needs someone to take her place so she can leave. The lights went out. Darkness. Then a whisper. Who will stay? The next morning, the room was open. Empty. Except for one thing. A laptop. On the screen, the submitted project. Title. The Threshold, Proof of Postmortal Consciousness. Authors. Jason Cole. Tom Green. Zora King. Dan Blake. Maya Stone. And one more name. Anna Reed. The project received the highest score ever recorded. But none of them were ever seen again. Room B12 was locked permanently. But sometimes, at exactly 1:13 a.m., the light turns on. And if you listen closely, you'll hear typing, as if someone is still trying to finish something.